To celebrate the 50th anniversary of Féile, sponsors John West have come together with the GAA, the LGFA and the Camogie Association to give under-15 club sides throughout the country an opportunity to showcase talent and represent their counties at Croke Park and Thurles. Following last year's competitions, teams from 32 counties were entered into a draw offering the prize of a trip to play at GAA HQ in a non-competitive celebratory event over the Halloween bank holiday weekend. That's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the 23rd, 24th and 25th of October. A series of matches involving 32 counties across all four codes will take place. Féile and O'Neill was first held in 1971 and initially hosted by Tipperary. To mark the anniversary, 16 Féile and O'Neill stalwart counties will be represented by invited clubs in a tip-based special anniversary hurling blitz on Thursday the 28th of October, with semi-finals and finals taking place at Semple Stadium. To help celebrate all this, I'm delighted to say Galway footballer Shane Walsh is with us this morning. Shane, good morning to you. How are you getting on?
Morning guys, how are you, lad?
Did you play in Féile? Is that why you're involved in this?
Yeah, no, well, I did play Féile now. We weren't very successful now ourselves, but I was playing with our club back many years ago now at this stage. But yeah, no, so we would have been involved in a tough group though, like the Curfin, and we'd actually say Michael's that came out of our group that year, and they won it out from the Galway side. But yeah, no, so it was not very good for that I suppose for us. But it was an enjoyable time, like I said. You got in that kind of blitz scenario there, and it was on over in Curfin, and Tuam Stars were there as well. So I was kind of just, it's a different environment, I suppose. The games are shorter, and I said you kind of have to act quickly, and I suppose we got pipped in two of those games.
For a lot of whatever reason, it seems to have this kind of formative effect on teams, and certainly it seems to be like a very powerful memory that people have of growing up and playing in those, for whatever reason. Maybe it is the shorter games, the fact that they come thick and fast, I don't know. It just has a special part in people's growing up, particularly GAA families. Yeah,
no, it does. And like probably the most lads that you'd hear on about it would be the Curfin lads. They'd have won Iron Féile before, and your positive Ronan Street was on that as well. And those lads would always, still would nearly mention that the Féile days or the time when they played Féile as well. Like, and it's I suppose it just goes to show how important it is to players. And I suppose the fact that there is an All-Ireland series of it as well, like you'll always, I think, remember those kind of things as well. And the fact that you got to play in an All-Ireland final as such in the Féile, like, that's a massive thing, especially at a young age as well.
My parents recently moved house, and when we were doing getting rid of all the stuff, that we found these photographs from the 1984 Féile, where I was the mascot for the Thai hurling team, and like I actually really remember very strong, vivid memories of going down. It was in Wexford, and we stayed with a host family and ended up winning the first game and getting beaten the second game, I think. But like, it's this kind of seismic moment in a Thai hurling club's history, because they never made it again. But there's what I remember most is the parade beforehand, and this kind of massive sense of community and grassroots that I didn't even know was community and grassroots at the time. But looking back, you're like, wow, this takes over a town, and it takes over celebrating the best young players in the country, and it's good crack.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing, because I even remember my own brother's Féile as well. Like we had lads up from Carlow, like, and it's, I suppose it's massive. They were up here at the house, and it was a different, but like that, even I was having a crack them playing a bit of football outside, and I suppose it really does give you that sense of community and pride in your parish as well, because everyone goes that extra stretch as well in the parish to make the effort for the Féile, and to make, I suppose, everyone feel welcome, and to make the competition run well as well. And in fairness, it's it's just an enjoyable time, I think, for everyone, and it's a great experience for everyone. And I think every kid that will get to play it in the future, and every kid that has played it, will remember those days quite fondly.
Less enjoyable is conversations about GAA structures, because we've been having them forever and ever and ever. It seems like we're locked in it at the moment. Is this a topic of conversation amongst you and your inter-county teammates, your club teammates? Is it something that's coming up at the moment?
I think, yeah, look, the conversation has definitely crept up in the last while in relation to both, like, so, but it's like, I suppose there's been changes that have happened over the last couple of years in relation to rule changes and everything like that, and then obviously they've looked, I suppose, particularly probably the last 2 years, and maybe they're not happy with some results, and it's looking at changing that up, and I don't see any harm in it. Like, that's probably the big thing. Look, we've changed things before, and what's the harm in trying something? But like, for me, probably, like, it's your proposal B is definitely the much more fancied one. Like, just even with the mix of counties into a province in Proposal A, I just wouldn't be too gone on that. Like, because every county has their own pride in their province. Like, and for us, it's the same thing. And just I think Proposal B, everyone would want more games, and I think like. The teams that have been getting knocked out, especially just say the old qualifiers, like with 2 years ago when there was the qualifier system, like you might only have 2 games, like whereas you're going to have a blast of games in the year, like, and that gives you a better chance to improve as well as time goes on, because like that's what every team is looking to do. But like at the moment, it is quite hard for teams that might have 2 games. Just say like a perceived weaker team in Leinster plays the likes of Dublin, gets beaten and then draws maybe a strong Ulster team that got drawn in the early rounds, just say like a Tyrone, Donegal, next thing they're gone as well. It's very hard for them to progress in that year, like, and then you're saying about players playing and all that, like, it is hard, because there is, like, I suppose it depends on where you look at it. Like, some players see it as commitment, I just see it as enjoyment, really, going out playing, training or anything like that. Like, obviously there's days where you'd be like, the weather is crap and all that, but like, you're just, you enjoy it all. But it makes it hard for players that are, as I said, you're trying to pick yourself up and you're getting hit with another knockout blow. Like, so I definitely think in Proposal B, I think it will help over time, I think, in relation to the perceived weaker teams getting that bit stronger, getting more games under their belts, and even to blood players as well. Like, it's a great opportunity for squads, like, so. But we'll have to wait.
Can you just tease that out for us a little bit? Just can you explain to us how you feel like you benefit as a player, and how the team benefits from more games? Because I think that's the kind of, it's like, it doesn't really matter, the games are going to be at a different time of the year, what does it matter when the games are? But like, can you just explain to us why you think it will be, and how you benefit from playing more games against teams of similar standard later into the year?
Well, like from I suppose a perspective, really, if you have a new manager in, you're looking to, or even like a new squad in, or new players joining up to a squad, and even players that are there already, like you want games to, like, from even match sharpness is probably the biggest thing, in match fitness. Like, you can train 9 months of the year and you go out and play a game and you still be absolutely goosed after it. Like, that's the nature of the beast that's football, because when you're doing your own running training at home, you're literally you're telling yourself when you're going to run, whereas in a match you're basically into it, like an opposition player is dictating when you run. Sometimes you're dictating to them, and like that has different effects on you. Like, and then you're just trying to build relationships then with your teammates. Like, if you've only 2 championship games in the year, like, it is quite hard to build that, and because over the league you're always trying to find players, and that'll still be a part of it, but because you have more games, there's probably more of a license to do that and find that kind of chemistry, and what's your strongest 15, what lads are going to be the ones that makes the impact off the bench. Like, there's a lot to do there, and like, you can spend, like, the worst thing I always find is, like, especially a couple of years ago, I think was it 2016, we had 11 weeks after our last league game before we played championship with the Connacht semi-final, and like, it's an awful long time to be without a game, and
it's a lifetime, like, it's a full season.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, and like, you just think of like how that can be work better. Like, because I think the training load, especially these days now that we have, like, everything is monitored now. Like, so I don't see any reason why we can't kind of play the games quicker and sharper, and it's better for everyone, but especially players. Like, look, from players' perspective, you don't want to be training 9 months a year for 1 or 2 games. It's great to have the games, get them in early. Doesn't matter what time of year you play in the mud bath too. So, like, that's the way you want to be. You just want to be playing football, and I think, like, that's the biggest thing from it all, is that players want to play matches. Like, once, because I said your training load has always been monitored now. Every inter-county setup has a training load that's monitored. So it's really, I think it's something that can easily work. And then, as I said to you, the relationships you're building with your teammates in relation to in a match scenario, because every team will test you differently. Because, like, it's like the provinces, they nearly all play a different style of football. So, like, you have to get used to playing those teams. Whereas, like, yeah, you could say, the quickest learners win, but, like, it gives more of an opportunity. And, like, eventually, I do think it'll work best in that the cream will come to the top. Like, as in the best teams will win the championship then as a result of this as well. But, like, as long as, I suppose the biggest thing of it all is probably that it doesn't overlap on the club season. Like, I think it's important that the club, like, is looked after as well, because at the end of the day, the club players are what fuel inter-county setups. Like, so once the kind of the structure of it all doesn't impact there and doesn't push them out, you'd be all for it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Pre-pandemic, you guys were flying in the league, and it looked like you were on the verge of a breakthrough. And then the pandemic hit, and that early season form seemed to disappear from you. You're kind of been struggling to get back to that level. Like, so there's obviously, it must be very frustrating as a group to think, Jesus, we were right there, and everything was going our direction. And I guess that's what this off season is about, is trying to refine that form.
Yeah, I suppose it's enjoying the break too. I think because like we've had probably 2 years back to back there, really close together. Like between the year finishing in late November, to say, and even the whole calendar year finishing in December, and you're nearly flipping around trying to go again. And so obviously COVID hit then, and so you're trying to do your own bits at home, like yourself, and that's tough going because you're used to a team environment, and then you're kind of forcing yourself to go out and run. And you know yourself, when there's days when you're tired or something like that, and you're kind of, that's where your teammates are great because they'll come in along and you row in with them because that they're all doing it as well. Like, whereas it's hard when you don't see them. But yeah, look, I suppose that's the big thing for us, is that we need to recharge the batteries now and get ready to give another push again. Like, and I suppose that's the big thing now, that players can enjoy that kind of downtime now. And it's like, because 2022 when that comes, we have to be ready for it. And I suppose for me, even personally, it's just a case of you're tipping along in the gym. We get knocked out of the club championship there 2 weeks ago, so just getting the body now ready and have it nice and refreshing and ready to go and give it the right whack again. And like, I don't even think we were probably hitting the ceiling of our performances before in the start of 2020. I think that was a start of something to come, but as I said, with COVID and everything that came with this, we haven't got there. But look, I've every reason to believe that we will get there again.
How much is Cian O'Neill going to bring to proceedings next season, do you reckon, Shane?
Cian's an experienced guy, in fairness to him. Like I said, we had crossed paths him obviously with Kildare as well before, and obviously he's been with Cork as well, and he was involved with Kerry back in 2014, even though I don't think it's too widely known. But yeah, like Cian's said, he's, I suppose, experience speaks for itself, and just looking forward to working with him, I suppose, in the coming year, like, and to crack his head and see what we can learn from each other, because I'm sure he'd be eager to learn from us as much as we are from him. But maybe just to be looking forward now to seeing what he's going to bring to the table.